Hi, everybody. My name is Joshe Ordonez, founder and CEO of Airpals, and we make local logistics easier for teams. Meet Rachel. She's a production coordinator at Peloton, and she needs to move things across New York like clothing, props, and equipment. She got tired of using legacy couriers that make her call them to place an order or send an Excel sheet with information. But what's worse, they're quick quotes that takes 2 days to get. Luckily, Rachel found Airpals where she can get things done in few clicks. She needs to send boxes of clothing to the studio today. All she needs to do is type in the pickup and drop-off addresses, and there she goes, from 108 Bayer Street in Brooklyn to 799 Jefferson Avenue. Now, she needs to select a pickup time window that works for her that's up to 2 p.m. And no rush, she needs to get that delivered by the end of the day. Lastly, she adds additional details like quantity and a brief description about the items. And note here, the upfront pricing is being calculated in real time with our special sauce. This has totally changed the game for her because now she knows how much she's paying. With Airpals, Rachel can save 16 hours per month, and she will no longer need to hire an assistant, saving the project $2,000. And she's not alone. Teams at fashion brands, state corporations, and small businesses are sending project-related items with us. With their job on the line, they need a platform built for their needs. We are not an on-demand app. We integrate a time window approach into our technology to increase the package density per route. We are staying away from models that lose money on each order, and we control our costs by keeping a lean fleet, a combination of full-time drivers and highly better contractors. We make money by taking 30% per transaction, which is higher than industry standards. And this year, we're launching subscription plans starting at $75 a month. There are over 300 cities with great business density, and in the next 9 years, our goal is to scale to 184 of them using the playbook we're building to dominate New York. The market size for this specific activity in New York is 6 billion, and in LA is 10 billion, but the US local couriers yield a total addressable market of 113 billion. While we compete with legacy couriers, going above and beyond default features, you might be wondering, what about delivery apps? Consumer apps are just not built for complex business requirements like Airpals is. With powerful integrations, Airpals is more than a delivery app, it's a productivity tool. We provide a frictionless experience because we can connect with the software companies and buildings are already using. Airpals is being built by a team with extensive experience on both sides of the marketplace. Thank you. My name is Joshe, founder and CEO of Airpals.
All right, thank you, Joshe. Rachel, you're up next, please. Question for Joshe.
Sure. I liked being in the deck. Thank you for putting Rachel in. But I have a question on your customer growth. How has it grown over time? And also, what are your unit gross margins on a per delivery that you're targeting?
All right, thank you, Rachel. Andrea.
Yeah, just a competition question. I know you said that you're not competing against other on-demand delivery services, but I am curious, what about, last mile delivery services? Is that considered competition for you? And then also regarding your expansion plans, I can see this working very well in New York City, like you mentioned, and I'm assuming you have other expansion plans for metro regions. But how about regions outside of the metro, which would be like Silicon Valley, for example, where it's very car-based driven? And then I think that was it. Yeah, that was it. Those were my questions.
Thank you, Andrea. Ben.
So you said you were not on demand. You've got a blend of salaried and external workers. But I think it would be illusory to believe that you're not competing with other on-demand services that can give delivery because it's like a flavor of ice cream. If I buy vanilla, I'm not buying chocolate. So once they use somebody else, including legacy courier services, then that's no longer a potential client for you for that moment in time. So how do you think about expansion? You're focused on enterprise with a classically tailored value prop. Is it solely enterprise forever? Or does it expand up to bigger enterprise? What's step 2? What's the next offering?
All right, terrific. I'll let you tackle those. You had a couple there from Andrea, so 2 minutes, Joshe.
All right, thank you so much, everybody, for your questions. So, Rachel, yeah, is not the real name of the customer, but we have done things for Peloton, so they are paying customers. In terms of the customer growth, so we're focusing on two things. Since we're early stage, increasing the number of customers, new customers that come into our platform, but also increasing the purchase frequency of previous customers. We see Airpals as a platform, as a habit-forming platform. Once you get it done and use it for your work, and you see how easy it was, people start coming often. So that's how we are looking into it. In terms of an average month-over-month growth, we're at 20%. And as we keep learning about our messaging and how well our customer acquisition strategy is going, we expect that to grow, that percentage. Andrea, in terms of last mile companies, we have a unique proposition to help the teams to handle their internal projects that most of the times include physical items. We have amazing tools like Dropbox and Google Drive, but you cannot send a camera through Dropbox. And a lot of teams in a lot of companies have physical processes. So we're helping those folks there. We don't see us going into last mile, e-commerce last mile. If you were referring to that, we see that as that's a too low margin business. And this where we have a unique proposition, and we are still exploring that. In terms of expansion as well, Ben, you had a question about that. We believe that we need to diversify our revenue streams. So that comes targeting different type of companies, from small businesses, nonprofits to enterprise. Of course, in our plans is to work with the biggest ones. We would love to work with companies such as Hulu, Netflix. That's all the time I have, but happy to answer your questions afterwards. Thank you.